The number of confirmed deaths has passed 200. The governor has called a state of emergency.
There are hundreds and hundreds of bodies.
Hello there, Servroom17 once again. This is my Last of Us Survivor Difficulty video walkthrough. This is still at Tommy's dam, sorry. And this is the ranch house part of the mission. So we're on a steed, we're galloping with our brother to try and find Ellie because she's ran off. And this is another one of the great parts of the game where you're doing something very different to what you're used to, and you're in a new environment, which is a good environment. It's just another feather in the cap of a fantastic game. And I do apologise if in the previous video it sounded a little bit like the beginning of The Sound of Music. I left the window open because in between these commentaries I need to open it because this room is so sweltering, it's unbelievable. Like, I don't need a sauna, I'm in a sauna. It's just crazy. But this here, you don't have to go up to the dead end. If you know where you're going, you can completely skip that. The game will script accordingly, and it'll just move things along smoother. Because what you haven't seen in the cutscenes that I've taken out is there has been a decision made, and no one has told Ellie about it, but she can tell what it is, and it's upset her, so she's run away. And we're going to try and find her. And the only problem when you run away in The Last of Us is nowhere is safe. You know, this world is hostile, and the hostilities are not hidden behind fake smiles anymore. They are out in full force, and people are throwing Molotovs at horse riders. You know, it's not cool. So immediately after the fence, you'll hit a checkpoint, and it's time to do some divide and conquering. So Tommy tells you to flank. I didn't do this the first time I played, but the flank actually really helps. This is funny because a lot of people sneak past me and I don't even notice. And I wasn't playing with volume, so I get into situations where there is a guy 2 yards from me who I didn't even see. And a lot of people might be wondering, why don't you play with volume? It all depends, folks. I do like to listen/watch things while I record my guides. Mainly because I don't need the sound so much. There are times when I miss the sound and it would be easier with the sound, but I like to have a lot of stimuli. You know, I like to have a lot of stuff happening at the same time to keep my brain engaged. And it's just a personal choice. Like, I do not recommend it if, you know, you're not able to do that or you're not used to doing that, because it's one of those things where a lot of people will say they can't play a certain way because it's too much for them. And to a lot of people, you know, watching a TV program that you care about and playing a game on a hardest difficulty might be too much for them too. And I can understand why, because I definitely sometimes will play worse. Other times I'll play better because I'll compensate for the fact I can't hear things. It's an interesting situation, but I enjoy doing it, and it's just something that happens a lot on the channel. I try to always tell you if it is with volume or without volume. And the cool thing is, if I'm struggling, and I plug my headset in and I go into, you know, try-hard mode, or whatever you want to call it, where I can hear things, it is such a gift from having nothing. It really is. It completely shifts the dynamic of the game. Like, that looks spot on to me. That how the hell that missed, I don't know. But when you get up here, there's a lot of guys. I just heard one then. He could shoot me here, but he doesn't. I'm using this shotgun at terrible range, but all I'm trying to do is stop him from hitting me. That's the only motivation I had just then, guys. It's a waste of shells. I got shot from behind anyway. That was just weird. I tried to attack Tommy, but ended up attacking him, so it did save me. And we get all these shotgun shells back, so it's not the end of the world. And I'm going to get axe happy with this guy. The melee missed again, but it cleaned up on him. And if you're wondering, every hit from the axe seems to be a kill, because your dog, it's an axe. And that's exactly how it should work. I just wish there was more of them. Like, how the hell is there not emergency fire axes in some of these buildings we've been in? Axes are so cool, dude. Especially in a game where the melee kills feel great. Same with machetes. A lot of these people you're coming up against have machetes for the laugh. They hardly ever drop them. And on this playthrough, I got a machete off a random thug. And it was the first one I'd ever got. And it doesn't last very long, but it's a machete. And, you know, machetes are awesome in the post-apocalyptic survivor ladened future. But this is a shotgun guy in armour. He's the last person alive. He's the last person we have to deal with. And the only problem is when you get close to shotgun guys, unless you're quick or they can't see you, it doesn't end well. Because they do a lot of damage and they rarely miss. So this is the anxious steps, and as soon as I realise he doesn't know where I am, this is when I can be a little bit more confident and push forward. But you'll notice his AI is just all over the place. He's walking in circles, so instead I shoot him, or I attempt to shoot him in the face. It's not a shotgun, sorry, it's a rifle. Come on, Tommy. And you keep. Tommy's beating him up a bit. I run in with the axe and finish him off with a quick backhand, like a pro tennis player. And I believe that is the end of that engagement. Reload everything you have to make sure everything's got rounds in it, ready for any potential threats that pop up. Because the next place we're going to is a bit of exposition, bit of exploration, and then another very close-quartered fight. And it's one of my favourites in the game as well, because it's juxtaposed in quite an intact house that's filled with, beauty in this barren world, and then there's all this ugliness that comes in the form of violence, and it's quite a nice picture that's painted by Naughty Dog. And there are many pictures painted throughout the course of this game, and all of them are equally bleak and beautiful. It's just a testament to game design and the aesthetic that this game has, which is absolutely terrific. But if you come down here, the horse is going to do his little jump thing. You can get back on him and you can continue onwards. I really like the horses. They look great, they move great. There's a couple of issues sometimes with clipping on them, but I don't think we'll ever get away from clipping. It's just something that it's going to be probably moderated to a lesser extent in the future. But jump over the log, carry onwards. The hydroelectric dam section is really short, because you do this and then immediately after this you're teleported to a new place, and I don't know, it's great pacing. It's constantly changing, constantly giving you new places to traverse. I just would have liked to have gone on foot through some forests like this. I think that would have been just really tense and really cool. But I do have a thing for forests. I'm a little bit of a John Denver fan in the heart of me. But keep on moving, keep on appreciating the guitar riff that plays every so often with that signature lilt. And just drink it in, because this game is beautiful. And it makes me wonder if this was on a high-end PC, just how much more ridiculous it would look. Because this is essentially, I think, the swan song for the PlayStation 3. Even though there are still a few games coming out for it. There's still quite a lot of games coming out for it, actually. But I don't think many are going to top this, as far as what they've managed to achieve. And one of them that's coming out is obviously Grand Theft Auto 5. And I think that's got a lot to prove. I've got full faith in Rockstar. I just thought 4 was kind of shit. And it's been a long time since Grand Theft Auto 4, and the culture of open world games has changed. So if they bring out essentially an extension of 4 with the same kind of mechanics, I think it's going to fail. They have to really bring it, and Rockstar always brings it, so I have no fear of that. And especially, look at Red Dead. I would much rather have a Red Dead sequel, because I think that game is a masterpiece, than I would another Grand Theft Auto. But at the same time, Rockstar have the experience from Red Dead to put into the next Grand Theft Auto. That next game could be something special. And never ever write Rockstar off, because aside from State of Emergency and a couple of others that I can't really think of, they haven't made that many bad games. They've always published good games. And if it's developed by them in-house, it's going to be good. But now we're in this house, we can do some salvaging, pick up as much loot as you can. Once it triggers the fight, you're going to be upstairs in one of the bedrooms, and you're going to be assailed by people with melee items, a couple of people with guns. I think there's about 5 guys. I may be wrong, so don't quote me. We will see in a minute, because that's when it's all going to kick off. But the cool thing about this fight coming up is if it goes your way, it is over in seconds. Because you now have an axe, so up close you're a killing machine. You've got shotgun. Any range you're a killing machine with a shotgun. It's a beast. And yeah, should be fun. I personally really enjoy this fight. But right there's some scissors, some blades, and some tape. So we can improve our melee item if we want to. We can fashion a shiv. We can make a Molotov, which I'm always going to do, because Molotovs are so important. And we have enough to make quite a lot of smoke bombs. But instead of using the blades for the other things, I use them for a bomb, because I cannot stress how good those bombs are. If there's any encounter where you need to take out a floater, although it's a bloater in the game, and I'm going to call it a floater a million times because it's just how I work, the bombs and the Molotovs kill those things so quickly. I actually got a tweet asking me how to take out 2 of the bloaters without ammo or items, and you know, my answer to that guy is literally throw something to distract them, to get them away from where you need to go, and then go where you need to go, because trying to melee them, you'll die. They're like clickers, they insta-kill you. Trying to do, like, no melee, stupid, melee doesn't work, as we've established. No items, I don't really know, what would you do? How could you fight? And the only other alternative is use a bottle to lure them together, and then hit them with a Molotov and a bomb. And hopefully the fire will kill them. If it doesn't, hit them with another one. It's literally one of those things where I don't think it's possible. But I don't know either, because I've never tried. It's something that I'll probably mess about with on my Survivor Plus playthrough that I'm doing at this moment in time. So there goes the first guy. Does he see me? Does he see this? He sees this. Here he comes with his machete. He's about to get axed in the face. The first melee missed, which I was bashing melee while I was in the animation because I was trying to buffer it so I'd kill him as I came out. Why did it miss though? Like, that other time in Tommy's Dam, Joel ran at the guy and hit him with the item. I wasn't putting any additional inputs in. You know, I was stepping forward as I attacked. Yet he covered so much more distance and even tried to do then. It's one of them systems that I don't understand. Because it's so animation based, you don't know how to trigger those animations, you know, how specific those animations are. Like just then, I was swinging my axe and he managed to grab me from behind. Another situation that doesn't make any sense to me at all. But instant kill anyway. I pick up this guy's machete. We've got 3 hits of the machete. Here this guy comes. We're pretty low on life. I'm probably going to headshot him because he's not looking our way. There we go. And I think there's probably one more guy. 1 or 2 more dudes, because no one said anything. Easiest way to tell when a fight is over is the NPCs get real talky. Oh, there we go. Anybody else? Tommy's walking around, making me think. There we go. And it's done. So thank you for watching, folks. I hope it helped. And you take care now.